Hi, you guys. Welcome to Audrey's Reading Area. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're still celebrating Black History Month. Black history is American history. Yes. Yes. Thank you for being here. Shout out to my grandbabies, Korea, Sanaa, David the Third, and Kaden. Love you all so much, and I miss you all so much. Alexa, what time is Audrey's Reading Area?
Audrey reads in her area live at 5, and please subscribe.
Live at 5. Please subscribe. Don't forget, click like and share. Don't forget to go to YouTube, Audrey's Reading Area, and smash that subscribe button for me. Smash it up, y'all. Smash it up. Smash it up, smash it up. Everybody, smash it up. Mm-mm, mm-mm. All right, all right, all right, you guys. Yes, on this Wednesday, Multicultural Wednesday. Multicultural Wednesday. I got another interesting book that I'll read to you. It's called Magic Trash. Magic Trash. It's a story about Tyree Guyton and his art. Tyree Guyton and his art. hmm We all know that art is part of almost everyone's culture, right? So I figured art would be Magic Trash would be a good book to read on Multicultural Day, right? J.H. Shapiro wrote this book, illustrated by Vanessa Brantley-Newton. Well, all right. Tyree Guyton loved his childhood home. That's where his grandpa Sam taught him to paint the world. He decided to use art to make people wake up and see Detroit's crumbling communities. This is his story. Hmm. We about to find out because I'm just going to jump right in and read. Let's do this. Y'all ready? Shout out to everybody here listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Magic Trash. Hmm. Let's see. A winter chill. A winter chill whooshed down Heidelberg Street. Young Tyree Guyton buttoned his coat. Pop! His last button flipped into the gutter. He dove after it. Then he dove after it. And then I'll call you back. He dove after it and then um dug through frosty leaves. He pried a popsicle stick from the ice. He hoisted a bicycle wheel off the curb. He scooped up a baseball cap buried in the snow, pockets clanking. Tyree darted home. A home on the east side of Detroit that always bulged with 10 children. Mm-hmm. Shop around, Tyree sang along with the radio as he unloaded the day's finds. His mama didn't earn enough money sewing and cleaning to buy new shoes, much less bikes and balls. So he zapped fun into amazing junk that others tossed away. Popsicle sticks became boards to build a house. The cap soared like a rocket ship. Mm-mm. Look at that. The wheel bounced, spokes jumping, dots danced. Let rockets fly, boards tower high. Bounce, jump, and dance, magic trash. Mm. Tyree barely heard the thump thwack of his brother's games while he dreamed up designs. In school, he sat alone, drawing pictures. When his report card arrived, his aunt asked, "Is Tyree dumb?" "Maybe crazy," his mama whispered. Then one sunny day when Tyree was 9, his grandpa Sam, a house painter, plopped a brush into his hands. "Paint the world," Grandpa said. Tyree dipped into Grandpa's cans of color, sloshing purple, slapping yellow, aiming his brush like a magic wand. Abracadabra, Tyree's shyness vanished. That means it went away. Sweet apples crunched when he glopped the red. He'd never seen Lake Huron, but now it splashed in a pool of blue. Like new, Grandpa said of glistening ladder, Tyree smiled and swirled a shade of green. Other kids on his street giggled and razzed. "Look at his green face. Ha! Green junk." Still, as Tyree zoomed from bent bottle caps to rusty wheels, Grandpa Sam's words twirled in his head. "I'm going to be an artist," Tyree said. His mama hung her head. "That's not a job." He peered into Grandpa's twinkling eyes. Tyree clenched his brush. He would be an artist, yes. Brush greens and blues on wheels and shoes. Slosh, slap, and splash magic trash. At age 12, Tyree squinted into spiraling smoke as National Guard tanks rolled down nearby Mount Elliott Street. All his life, neighbors had raced out of town to live in the new suburbs. Now, some who had stayed exploded in rage, like shaken bottles of Verner's ginger ale. Tyree gawked, teeth chattering. Rioters were burning buildings in his neighborhood. Some really awesome illustrations in this book. Look at this. When he grew to be 16, Tyree too left the shapes and hues of Heidelberg Street to seek a new life. He marched as a soldier. He inspected cars in a factory. He doused fires as a firefighter. Heidelberg. But he never forgot about painting his world. So he enrolled in art school to learn more about colors, lines, and designs. At last, Tyree bolted back home to Heidelberg. When he returned, though, his street had changed. Houses sat deserted, creeping with spirits of owners who had run away from the neighborhood. Tyree tripped over trash, lots of trash, and troublemakers lurked. They snuck into hollow houses and even set fire to one. Woo! Spirits whirl, new troubles swirl. Kick, burn, and hurl magic trash. "No," cried Tyree, "not on this street." His mama still lived in the same home. Grandpa Sam painted pictures inside now. Really, really awesome illustrations. Tyree grabbed his brush and burrowed through rubbish. He cast spells on suitcases, toilets, and a slide trombone. Before the colors dried, Grandpa Sam hurried out to help. They painted a busted bus. They tied shoes to trees. They flung broken bikes and cast off tires on burnt-out buildings and forgotten yards. And they painted faces of God in blue, black, and orange. Interesting. Interesting. Their street sparkled. When trouble still sizzled in one discarded home, Tyree coated it in dots and squares of pink, blue, yellow, and purple, then perched a magenta watchdog on the porch. Dopey dealing thieves hustled from its view, chased away by bright paint and barking trash. Tyree named one home Dotty Waddy and another Funhouse. Spying hungry, crying children, he dangled broken baby dolls on telephone poles and rooftops. Dolls sobbed with each puff of wind. Maybe now others would see. Bright colors flash, scared dealers dash, bark, cry, and swing magic trash. He saw drug dealers dealing in these houses in his old neighborhood. So he painted the house bright with polka dots because it was so flashy and so bright with colors. It made the drug dealers go away because it attracted too much attention. They didn't want that. So that's what's going on here, y'all. Some people squawked about garbage. A few neighbors complained to the city. The major and his helpers stomped. Soon bulldozers roared up to the project to crush every doll and board. You can't do that, yelled neighbors as dust swooped to the treetop. Get out of there, others screamed. Tyree's trash is beautiful. Tyree scrambled to snatch a few pieces. This is my art, he cried. But the dots and stripes and baby dolls lay bashed and smashed and still. Tyree rubbed his eyes. Grandpa Sam poked at piles. Old houses talk, some neighbors squawk, crash, bash, and smash magic trash. Now the cops are tearing down his beautiful artwork. The neighbors are not liking that, telling them don't touch that stuff. Art had filled Tyree and Grandpa Sam's lives. Now 33, Grandpa Sam had grown too old to help. Never stop painting, Grandpa said, squeezing Tyree's hand. And then Tyree stood alone with brushes, paints, and trash. He wasn't alone for long, though. We can help, neighbors called. Your colors and dots chased away those thieves. Together they shoveled, swept, and hauled in new trash. Then after 8 years of painting and rebuilding, neighbors heard wreckers screech a second time. Faces of God watched while the city crushed 2 more houses. No, Tyree yelled. Tyree and his neighbors were hopping mad. This street is ours, they said. We'll never quit. They marched downtown to tell their story to a judge and jury. The city argued that Heidelberg Street was a garbage dump. No, decided the court, it is art. Tyree's work survived. The next day, Tyree and his neighbors began anew, aiming their brushes like magic wands. Children sang as they hammered spattered designs. Even former troublemakers returned, ready to rake, sweep, and build. United by trash, they cast a spell on the street, brightening their home for good. Words of Heidelberg Street spread far. It blazed across the air. Folks from Canada, Kenya, and Japan scurried to the neighborhood. They stared. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Tyree waved his brush. Welcome. In a warm breeze, dots danced, gleaming cast-offs jangled and jumped. Let rockets fly, boards tower high. Bounce, jump, and dance. Magic trash. The end. Wow. It says, the author's note says, let me just show you these really real pictures. This is Tyree. This is the house he painted with white with polka dots. Wow. Interesting, right? So the author's note says Magic Trash is based on the life and art of painter sculptor Tyree Guyton. In 2011, the Heidelberg Project celebrated its 25th anniversary. Tyree continues to work on Heidelberg Street and travels internationally to lecture and assist with installations of community art. He represented the United States in the 2008 Venice Architecture Biennale. Hope I'm saying it right. You may visit the Heidelberg Project in Detroit or view Tyree Guyton's art in museums, including the Detroit Institute of Arts. Discover more about his work. Okay. Nice. Let me show you this again. Look at the house he painted. All nice and bright. Polka dots. I love it. Let me compare that to the drawing of the polka dotted house. That's the drawing, the illustration of the polka dotted house. And this is the real polka dotted house. Nice. Wow. Well, all right. I think this is a good book, a nice book filled with art. Art. One of my students painted this one. Well, and then I have this one up here. My neighbor painted that one. Yes. And then I have, yes, Audrey here. That's me, years ago. My brother painted that one. I love art, as you can see. Art, and more art. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Mom. I see you. Thanks, Mom, for being here. Yes, always here, loving and supporting me. So thank you for being here, as always. Thank you guys for liking and sharing my videos. My girl, Victoria. Thank you so much for sharing, sharing my videos. Thank you. And a big thanks to you for liking my videos, sharing my videos, and going to YouTube, Audrey's Reading Area, right? And smashing up that subscribe button. Smash it up. Smash that subscribe button for me, you guys. Well, thank you for being here. And I guess I will see you again tomorrow. I'll see ya tomorrow. It's only one day away. See you tomorrow here live. LIVE, live at 5. Please subscribe here at Audrey's Reading Area.